Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is based on a real experience that happened to me earlier, and trust me, it's wild. It all started when someone tried to get me to delete their own messages that they voluntarily posted in a Discord server. And when I refused, things escalated fast. They threatened me with legal action, talked about taking me to court, claimed a DMCA strike was coming, and even brought in a fake lawyer to try and intimidate me. But their plan totally backfired. I stood my ground, told them to go ahead and file a real DMCA, and surprise, they never did. After failing to scare me, they ended up going completely silent. Just a quick reminder, this video is a recreation of the real event, made inside Roblox for entertainment purposes. Enjoy watching these Roblox Discord scammers fail their mission. Let's get into it.
Hello. It has come to my attention that texts and phrases originally written and published by me under the name Nika Studios are currently being used by members of your server without my permission. This content was created independently, and unless you can provide clear proof of permission, its use by others constitutes a violation of intellectual property rights. This is a formal request to immediately stop using any content, phrases, or texts written by @Kaboom at Niken771, both in public and private channels. If the content is not removed or credited appropriately within 24 hours, I will proceed with a formal copyright claim through Discord's Trust and Safety team and potentially other platforms if necessary. This is not a joke, a bluff, or a meme. This is a warning backed by platform policy and copyright law. You are responsible for the content used on your server. Please act accordingly. Sincerely, Nika Studios. I also want proof that all messages/announcements are gone.
Hello. Thank you for your message. If you believe specific content on the server violates your copyright, you're welcome to submit a formal DMCA takedown notice with the following information: full legal name and contact information, a detailed description of the copyrighted content you believe has been used without permission, exact message links or IDs showing where the allegedly infringing content was posted, proof of original authorship, such as publication date or registration if applicable, a sworn statement that, open quote, I have a good faith belief that the disputed use of the copyrighted material is not authorized by the copyright owner, its agent, or the law. The information in this notice is accurate, and under penalty of perjury, I am the owner or authorized to act on behalf of the owner of the copyright interest involved, close quote. Once this information is submitted in full, we'll review it and act accordingly. If you'd prefer, you're also welcome to file the notice directly through Discord's official copyright form. Please do not send informal legal threats without proper documentation. If you have any questions, please reply at here.
The only information I am not sharing is my full legal name and personal contact details. For all communication, you can reach me via @Kaboom, Niken771, S121. This is an active and monitored account. Regarding the copyrighted material, I will provide evidence of the messages that were originally written by me. One of these messages is currently hidden. It was posted in staff announcements where I tagged all session hosts. I request proof that this message remains visible or has been deleted. Other announcements written by me will be deleted by myself as part of this process. Warning, kick and ban logs may remain unless the owner decides to remove them. I am not requesting removal of those. However, I confirm that the image in question was included in the staff announcements post authored by me. This response serves as a formal clarification and part of the copyright resolution process. @Kyle TTPS.
Yeah.
Can you see these messages?
Let them get in contact with your lawyer, due to the fact that direct contact could possibly be used against you.
May you read the terms of conditions?
Here's your message, exactly as you wrote it. TOS, terms and conditions. Effective date, August 4th, 2025. Website owner, Nika Studios. Contact via Discord at Nick12. 1. Acceptance of terms. By accessing or using this website, you agree to comply with and be bound by these terms and conditions. The terms. If you do not agree to these terms, you may not use the site or any services provided by me. We do not collect personal data unless you provide it voluntarily through forms or communications. All data shared will be treated confidentially and will not be sold or transferred. This site does not store cookies or track identifiable user data outside of standard analytics. For Discord-based data, e.g. usernames, messages.
Hello. We acknowledge your message and have reviewed your claims again. To clarify, while copyright protection exists upon creation, it does not override the context in which the content was voluntarily posted by your client while serving as a staff member of our server. No written license, usage agreement, or terms were established at the time of posting that would restrict the use of this content within the server environment where it was originally submitted. Simply asserting authorship does not constitute a legal violation. We have not received a formal DMCA takedown request through the proper legal channels, and therefore no further action will be taken at this time. Unless and until a formal complaint is filed, we consider this matter resolved. Thank you. @Kaboom, S121, @Kyle TTPS. Day 2. Hello. We acknowledge receipt of your terms and conditions file. However, please note the following. These terms, dated August 4th, 2025, were never presented to or agreed upon by server members or staff at the time of the original content submissions. Retroactively applying terms of use to previously posted content is not legally enforceable unless all involved parties explicitly accepted them beforehand. If you believe content on this server violates your copyright, please follow the proper DMCA process via Discord's Trust and Safety team. Once a formal takedown request is submitted and verified by Discord, we will cooperate accordingly. Until then, this matter is considered resolved. Thank you.
Hello. We've reviewed your reply and must correct several misinterpretations. Copyright law is clear. Protection is automatic upon creation, regardless of whether content was posted while volunteering or serving as staff. Being in a server environment does not nullify the creator's legal rights, unless a prior agreement explicitly transfers those rights. which does not exist in this case. The absence of a written license strengthens our claim. Without any agreement permitting reuse or modification, all rights remain with the original creator. Server context does not override global intellectual property protections. Acknowledgement of authorship, which has already occurred in this server, is strong supporting evidence. The claim that a DMCA must be filed before action is taken is incorrect. A DMCA is a remedy, not a requirement for asserting rights. Let me be clear. Your refusal to credit or remove the infringing content constitutes a clear violation of copyright law, specifically the Federal Law No. 7 of 2002 on copyrights and related rights under UAE law, which applies to actions committed online and protects creators globally. Civil and criminal penalties may apply. You now have 24 hours to credit Kaboom Nikan 771 clearly and permanently, or remove the unauthorized content from this server. If you fail to comply, we will escalate this matter beyond Discord through formal legal channels, including action under Dubai's IP enforcement system, which takes online copyright infringement seriously. This is your final warning. S121, legal representative at Kaboom. At Kyle TTPS. This is the last time I'm reaching out. The next time you hear from us, it will be through legal proceedings. I do ask that a Gmail or email address is given for the court process. Let me warn you, be very, very, very careful on the words you will be using.
Hello, we've reviewed your latest message and would like to clarify the following. No DMCA filed. As of now, no formal DMCA takedown request has been submitted through Discord's legal channels. Without that, no content removal is required or warranted. Jurisdiction irrelevant. You've cited UAE copyright law, which does not apply to this server or its members. This server is based in the UK and hosted on a US platform, Discord, which recognizes and responds only to properly submitted claims under US copyright law. No license or terms presented at posting. The content in question was posted voluntarily by your client while serving as a staff member. At no time were we provided with terms of use, copyright notices, or any agreement indicating restrictions or future removal requirements. No obligation to provide personal contact. You have no legal basis to demand personal email or Gmail addresses. Any legal correspondence must go through Discord's trust and safety team, who will contact us directly if needed. Empty legal threats are harassment. Continuing to issue baseless threats and demands without filing a proper takedown or legal complaint is a misuse of platform services and borders on harassment. We will not be responding to further informal legal threats. If you believe you have a valid claim, we encourage you to file a formal DMCA with Discord directly. Until such a claim is received and validated, this matter is considered closed. Thank you.
We've reviewed your most recent message and appreciate your clarification. However, your position reflects a misunderstanding of how copyright protection functions internationally and across digital platforms. Jurisdiction and platform are not shields. Copyright infringement is actionable regardless of where a server is hosted. Discord is a US-based company and complies with international copyright standards, including those under the Berne Convention, to which the UK, US, and UAE are all parties. Copyright is not confined by where a server is located. Staff status does not equal license. Being a staff member does not give the server ownership of original work unless a clear license or transfer of rights was agreed upon in writing. That never occurred here. The content remains the intellectual property of Kaboom. DMCA. Incoming. We have allowed ample opportunity for this to be resolved informally. Since you are refusing to comply, a formal DMCA takedown will now be submitted directly to Discord. We are also exploring further legal remedies outside the platform, including civil action for continued unauthorized use and refusal to credit. Harassment claim is baseless. Asserting and defending legal rights is not harassment. It's called enforcement. Your attempt to reframe this as harassment is both inaccurate and unserious. This is the final communication. The next steps will occur through official legal channels. Kyle TTPS Kaboom. S121 legal representation. Own D1ESE1 L001. You're walking a fine line. This isn't a threat, it's a legal promise. Under UAE Federal Law No. 7 of 2002 on copyrights and related rights, continued unauthorized use of copyrighted content can result in fines up to AD 50,000 or 13,600 USD and imprisonment of up to 6 months. This applies whether or not you're physically located in the UAE, as digital copyright violations can be pursued internationally, especially through global platforms like Discord. You had the chance to resolve this civilly. You chose not to. The next step will be through formal legal action. Please provide a Gmail.
Thanks for your message. To clarify, at no point have I used, published, or distributed the content you voluntarily sent. There's no infringement because there's been no usage. This is my final message as well, unless this escalates to a legitimate legal proceeding. I'd prefer to keep things civil and fact-based. I won't be providing my Gmail or any personal contact details. If you genuinely intend to submit a DMCA claim, you can do so directly through Discord's legal portal, and they will notify me through proper channels.
Lord have mercy. Do you not understand? How old do you have to be that dumb? Final response. Action in progress, D1SE1. Thank you for your response. To clarify, copyright infringement does not require publication to the public. Unauthorized possession, internal sharing, display, or use within a server or team without permission is still infringement. The fact that you acknowledge receiving and retaining Kaboom's original work already places responsibility on you to either secure a license or remove it. Your repeated insistence that no usage occurred directly conflicts with prior server acknowledgements and message logs, evidence we've preserved. You've refused to resolve this informally, so we are now proceeding with a formal DMCA takedown through Discord and preparing supporting documents for further legal enforcement under applicable copyright law. To be clear, this is no longer a discussion, it is an enforcement process. You will be contacted by Discord's Trust and Safety team when the takedown is processed. Additional legal steps may follow outside the platform, as infringement laws extend beyond Discord's boundaries. We gave you every opportunity to settle this professionally and quietly. Now it will be handled the proper way, through legal channels.
Hi, I'm reaching out once more to offer a fair resolution before taking this through Discord's Trust and Safety team. If the messages and content in question are removed, or if there's a clear acknowledgement that the original material came from me, Nika Studios, I see no need to escalate this further. This is not about drama, just about respecting ownership and giving proper credit where it's due. Let me know if you're open to resolving it this way. Otherwise, I'll proceed with the formal DMCA process. Thanks, Nika Studios. Hello, are you there? Sir, we will take this to court if you do not reply.
All right, that's the end of the video, but here's a super quick scroll through the original conversation straight from my phone. Let's roll it.